camper. He hit awfully hard. See if we can see what happened just coming out of turn 4.
There we see the contact. Just nothing at all. I guess who was that, barrier down there?
That was barrier on the inside, and his car just pushed up just enough to get into Mark. But, you know, at that point in time, we've talked about this at other Busch races and at Winston Cup races. I'm sure y'all talked about it. You know, where he just should have let him go. And there, you know, and that's what Mark's saying right there. Why didn't you just let me go? You know, Mark's competitive enough where he can run and have a shot at winning the race, and just a small tap like that takes him out.
See that Mark is not very happy. Watch as he comes off the corner. Santerre gets by, and bam, he smacks that wall to the left front, knocks. I'm sure the front frame section will have to be replaced on that car.
Now from the Winn-Dixie in-car camera.
Man.
All right, now look from the Pennzoil copter cam. We'll watch the 77 and the 60.
All it takes is a little bit, as Kyle said. And around goes Mark Martin.
And, you know, Ed probably had the wheel cut all the way to the left, but, you know, it's just he put himself in a position to where it pushed up and it got into Mark. And anybody who thinks Mark Martin does this for his health or for fun, they can forget about it. He's competitive. You saw what he was doing when he got out.
Let's go to Ray.
Yeah, Mark, we got 4 times you've won here at Richmond. I know it was an awfully tough hit there into the wall. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. This lap car got us there.
Well, we saw which lap car it was out there on the racetrack, no doubt about it. Number 77, and Mark not too happy about it.
NASCAR official Bobby Scruggs are escorting these drivers down into the care center so they can get them in and get them checked out. But Mark obviously frustrated, but also knows that a driver like Ed Berry, I mean, no one would intentionally do something like that. As you said, Kyle Petty, probably jumping back on the throttle. Ed Berry probably had that wheel turned all the way left and the car just pushed out. And it doesn't take much. The contact ending up bringing out the caution for the 9th time tonight.
So they can load up all their stuff, get it back on the truck, and head back to Liberty, North Carolina.
9 caution flags. That one coming out on lap 134. We are 137 laps into this one. Dale Earnhardt Jr., well, he's our leader.
I bet Mark hadn't crashed a Busch car in 100 years.
No, this might be the first time his car ever wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, either wins or something breaks, but I hadn't known him to be in a crash in forever.
Been one up in quite a while. He's not had a good couple weeks.
We have been up some cars tonight.
2 in a row for these boys. Well, I guess 2 out of 3. Darlington was pretty good.
Yeah, the tough place, they were pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this racetrack is not that hard.
No.
Under clear skies here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, we have had a pretty cloudy night for the Busch Series competitors. We have been up some race cars, and the latest one coming by on the hook is the car number 60, the Winn-Dixie car of Mark Martin. And these NASCAR fans, some of the most loyal and finest you'd ever want to see, have been treated to a lot of fireworks here in the first half of this 250 lapper tonight.
You know what I noticed watching the shot of those fans? Every one of them had a scanner listening to the racetracks, the race procedure, and maybe even listening to us. They have the option.
You know what I noticed a moment ago was that huge hot dog that one guy had. That looked awfully good. There are some of the great fans that have come out to Richmond International Raceway. Look at the families, the youngsters there with the headsets on, listening and enjoying. We thank you for coming out and being a part of one of the most popular and fastest growing sports in America, NASCAR racing.
Pretty neat. The Sawyers here on Thursday and Friday night, when the Craftsman Truck Series and the Busch Series are in town, they let all the kids under 12 in free with their parents. So the parents can come out and bring their kids with them and check out
My mom,
NASCAR Touring Division.
my mom and dad would have brought me. They'd have made plenty of money just on funnel cakes off me. I guarantee you. There are some of the youngsters with the flags working caution number 9. Coming out of on lap 134, we're going to show you why we're under caution. Just moments ago.
Mark Martin gets that tap from barrier. In the wall he goes, and listen. Hit so hard it messed up the audio on the onboard camera.
All right, safety car on the racetrack. They have just about concluded the cleanup. The safety crews have done some of the sweeping. What a tremendous crowd on hand tonight enjoying Busch Series action. Back in a moment.
Neil. I'm just trying to figure out how they get the signal 1 lap to go, and they cross the line to complete 132. Well, okay, I mean, I would think that when they take the green flag, they have, and they come around to complete 133. I just thought. But just like when they come down right now, it's going to say that they're going to complete, they're going to get the green flag, and they're going to cross the line, and they're going to complete 143. But the restart's on 144? Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, back in perfect timing as we complete lap 143 and get ready to start lap 144. After 9 caution flags, Carl Simmons will wave that green hanky, and we're back at it at Richmond.
Car of Hermes Sadler is 1 lap down up in front of Todd Bodine as Todd tries to get by on the outside. We see the damage to Hermes' car. He was involved in that huge crash off turn 4.
All right, Earnhardt Jr., your leader. Spencer in 2nd spot. Todd Bodine, the 30 car, is 3rd. Then comes Santerre, Kenseth. Purvis back in the 6th spot. Then comes the 9 car of Jeff Burton. Behind him is a 64 car of Trickle. That is 7th, 8th, and 9th you're looking at right there. The 9, 64, and the 40.
It's unbelievable. Kevin LePage is able to keep this channel lock Chevy running this fast after the damage he had earlier on.
Yeah, he was involved in that wreck, and they ramped up over his left rear tire. You would think that he would have knocked the rear end out of line and made the car not drive as good as it was before, but his car appears to still be working fairly decent.
And Lyndon Amick is right behind that car number 40. As you can see, looking back at LePage from the Snyder National Chevrolet of Dick Trickle, then a Shoemaker car. And now LePage will make a move to the inside.
That was Dick Trickle scraping the wall just a little bit right there, right before LePage went to the inside of him. If you watch that again, he just comes right out and just touches the outside wall.
Because Jeff Burton did not realize Trickle was on the outside, came off the corner, and Trickle had no choice but back off and go up and just scrape that wall, kind of like this, only Burton came up the racetrack a little bit.
Now Lyndon Amick trying to make a move inside of the 64 of Trickle. Trickle gets him back with the horsepower on the straightaway.
Here we go. Just a moment ago, see him on the outside of Burton, and Burton does not realize he's up there. As he come off the corner, Burton starts up the hill, and Trickle says, He don't realize up there. He wisely backed out of there.
Now from the channel lock-in car of LePage, there's Trickle just rubbing the wall. LePage will crank it hard left and go right by him and take the spot away.
Now back to live actions. We see Trickle trying to get that spot back from Kevin LePage.
100 laps to go, 150 complete. Earnhardt Jr., Spencer, Bodine, Santerre, and Kenseth in the top 5.
Trickle's going to drive on the outside of Kevin LePage. Going to try to anyway. Sure looks like a long way around, Kyle.
But it's a fast way coming up out of these corners tonight. Like you talked about, like I said at the beginning, the racetrack's as tacky as it's been in a long, long time. And these guys are getting hooked up on the outside of the racetrack.
All right, here's Santerre in the car number 47, the Monroe Muffler Dynamax machine. Our pole sitter trying to work to the inside of Todd Bodine, whose car slipped slightly coming off of turn 2. That is for the 3rd position.
Bobby Hillen on the apron of the racetrack trying to get back in the action here tonight. He's now 33 laps down.
Andy Santerre has driven a great race, and he's got to be pretty confident that, you know, we talked about his pit crew being maybe a little bit off because they're just not used to running up front sometimes. But, you know, I think he's confident enough now in what his car is doing. If he gets knocked back to 12th or 13th, he's confident enough in the car and in his ability that he'll get it back up in the top 4 or 5 with no problem.
Our AutoZone race recap shows you that our leader is Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's led 140 of 154 laps. There have been just 3 lead changes, but there have been 9 caution flags for a total of 56 laps. Almost over a third of our laps so far have been under caution. The average speed way down at 74 miles an hour. Our lap leaders besides Little E, well, there's Tracy Leslie, who led for 14 laps, while Earnhardt Jr. was in the pits under caution. Off the track, Robert Presley. The Kingsford charcoal machine getting worked on. Out of race, Martin Sawyer, Presley still being worked on. The Grubb brothers, Kevin and Wade. Bob Singer, Ashton Lewis, Blaze Alexander, and Kenny Schrader in the Oakwood home Chevy.
Man, this is a great battle between Dave Blaney in the 93, Tracy Leslie the 63, Elliott Sadler 66, 99, Glenn Allen 85, Shane Hall, Jeff Green. No, he's out there. He's a lap down to this group. No, I'm sorry, he is in the lead with these guys.
And total domination thus far. 157 laps complete by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Young man getting the bonus points for leading the most laps in Busch Series competition tonight. We are less than 100 to go. Benny Parsons here in the booth along with Kyle Petty, Ray Dunlap, and Bill Weber patrolling the pits, and I'm Jerry Punt bringing you live NASCAR Busch Grand National action. 3 consecutive nights of exciting NASCAR action from Richmond International Raceway. The Craftsman trucks were here last night. It's Busch action tonight and NASCAR Winston Cup tomorrow night.
Now they're going to try to make it 3 abreast back there behind them. Well, they finally got that sorted out. And Jeff Green moves by Shane Hall. That's Jeff Green in 92. He gets by the 85 of Shane Hall. Michael Waltrip, Joe Bessie, David Green. That's David Green in 36, trying to get under Joe Bessie in the 6. Elliott Sadler up there, and the 3 abreast, Glenn Allen. Somebody needs to back off. Wisely Glenn did.
Glenn Allen's the car number 99, the Luxair car, 99, 66, and 93. Dave Blaney, the former World of Outlaws champion and multi-time runner-up in that series. Having a pretty good run in the Amoco Ultimate machine for Bill Davis.
And Glenn Allen having a great run in the Luxair Chevrolet as he gets by. Of course, he got by both those cars. He pretty near got by